So last week, the second expansion to Rain World, the Watcher, released, and with it came mixed opinions. Some people love it, others hate it, you know how it goes. As a massive fan of Rain World and someone with a Rain World deep dive video on the way, cough cough, subscribe so you don't miss it, I'd like to share my thoughts on this expansion and how it holds up to the base game in Downpour. While I won't get into any real spoilers, I still recommend playing through the Watcher blind. Now, the Watcher is fairly unlike anything we've seen in Rain World so far, as the Nightcat's campaign brings a brand new stealth focus and unique regions. Like Downpour, the Watcher canonizes a lot of community-made maps and mods with some slight adjustments. If you enjoyed Downpour's new regions, you're gonna love these ones. The level of detail in these sprawling locales is unmatched. Now, this can be a little bit of a problem when it comes to platforming, as you'll sometimes mistake some background element for something in the foreground, or vice versa. I swear the most dangerous enemy in this expansion are the fake poles, but it's clear that the devs spared no expense at giving the Watcher pizzazz. The regions are so incredibly different from one another and all have unique gameplay mechanics, which leads to an abundance of fun mini-adventures, though it does feel like it's lacking some cohesion. Every biome is connected by wormholes. Karma gates are out, black holes are in. Now, this is an interesting choice. On the one hand, it allows for amazingly diverse environments, though on the other, it kind of takes away from the world building and atmosphere Rain World is known for. There's just something about stumbling your way out of Shaded Citadel and seeing the light break through as you transition to Shoreline that is just absent in the Watcher. The number of unique set pieces sort of make up for it, though I wouldn't blame you if this puts you off. The one unique thing they do with it is giving each Watcher playthrough a seed of sorts, as portals are set to different locations each playthrough, though it does make you feel like you're lacking any real direction, especially since there aren't any overseers to guide you. The dev team is also slightly different this time around. While the More Slugcats team developed most of the content in Downpour, it seems that the Watcher was developed primarily by Video Cult and members of the MSC team. This does give it a more vanilla feeling atmosphere at times, and lends credibility to the expansion being more than just a mod compilation. It's worth noting that lots of regions have been arbitrarily split up in the Watcher to provide more bite-sized experiences. This may feel jarring, especially if you've played their unofficial counterparts. Take Aether Ridge, for example. The original mod is just one big ol' region with tons of cool subregions. The Watcher cuts it up, making some subregions their own biomes, and boom, you have Aether Ridge, Salination, Cold Storage, Shattered Terrace, the Surface, and Heat Ducts. Now, this can easily be criticized, and you can say that they artificially bloat the count of 27 unique regions this way, though it's worth noting that only 12 of those are community mods, and the rest were produced internally by the Watcher team. In addition to the new regions, we have a ton of brand new creatures. The Watcher shines in comparison to Downpour in this respect, because due to recent technological advancements, it was made possible to construct new Rain World creatures that aren't lizards. I mean, yeah, there are a couple more because what's Rain World without its reptiles, but moths, scav templars, drill crabs, frogs, they're brand new, annoying as they can be. I'm looking at you, barnacles, but it's awesome seeing these new creatures, as well as a host of many others. It truly feels like a breath of fresh air. The Watcher is unique from all other Rain World campaigns in that the plot and lore is spoon-fed to you through echoes and echoes alone. While doing away with iterators and Pearl readings is a novel idea, it does make it feel less Rain Worldy. If you're like me and have a 10-page Google Doc filled exclusively with notes on the various Pearls and broadcasts, this can be a bit of a letdown. The Watcher seems to prefer the show-don't-tell approach, which I respect, though it leaves a lot of new implications up to interpretation, as the only lines of text come from this one echo. There's also a secret ending, as you may have suspected, which brings a new finality to this game's story. Collecting new echoes also upgrades the Nightcat's powers, which I think is a cool way to build ability progression into Rain World's gameplay loop. There were a handful of things that raised my eyebrow playing this expansion, such as the fact you start off in the base game map and need to collect 3 echoes before anything truly new happens, or that there aren't any collectibles. No expedition. Now, of course, this isn't Downpour. It doesn't have to adhere to the standards set by the More Slugcats team, but the exclusion of these mechanics does feel odd. Video Cult has already said they're working on bringing new content and quality of life fixes that would probably smooth out those gaps, as well as new endings and secrets. I mean, that sounds great, but it does have me wondering why they're adding endings to the expansion after it launched. This could be a situation like Baldur's Gate 3 where they slowly added new variations of the base game endings, and that's what I'm expecting, honestly. But if this is just scrapped content coming later, it does raise some questions. Missing content or not, the DLC is really something special, and I wish more Rain World fans saw what I see in it. Is it perfect? Not at all. But it brings something new to Rain World that doesn't go back on anything the game already does right. Maybe it isn't as lore dense as some people wanted, or it doesn't have that same feeling of exploring this abandoned world, and I emphasize with that, but we already had 8 campaigns set in Pebbles' domain. I'll gladly take something new. Anyways, that's all I have to say on the Watcher for now. Remember to hit the subscribe button so you can become the Watcher of my videos. Okay, but for real, the Rain World deep dive is coming, I promise. Just be patient, it's on its way.